Oh, what a day. Breaking just moments ago, U.S. economy shrinking for the second straight quarter. That means a recession is well underway. As we say good morning, I'm Bill Hemmer. A ton to get to today, so we waste no time.
We will waste no time at all. I'm Dana Perino. This is America's Newsroom, and this is exactly what the Biden administration anticipated would happen. They tried to get in front of it with messaging, but the numbers are the numbers. The Commerce Department announcing GDP shrank by 0.9%, and that is then the second consecutive quarter, which means that there is a recession.
And there's been this ongoing debate. You got to get out Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Okay, so we're going to define recession for you. Here's the bottom line. The Biden economy is shrinking as the Fed unleashes rapid-fire rate hikes to try and stave off the highest inflation we've seen in more than 40 years. Let's get right to it. Maria Bartiromo joins us now. Maria, good morning to you. Go ahead and give us the news, because they projected 0.5% on the positive side. The number was a negative 0.9. We missed it by 1.5 points, right?
Yes, that's right. Good morning to you both. We are now in recession, and we can confirm that because it is 2 quarters straight of contraction. The economy shrank in the second quarter by 0.9%, on top of shrinking in the first quarter by 1.6%. Now, so far, all of the commentary that I'm hearing is talking about a shrinking of the economy, but the good news for the economy is that job growth has stayed strong. And that was why some people were questioning, well, maybe it's different this time. It's hard to believe that job growth can be up to 300,000 in 1 month when, in fact, you are in a recession. What's different this time is that we did have an inventory buildup. In other words, a lot of companies were holding on to inventory because of those supply chain shocks. When they were able to get the supplies that they needed, they were built up and weren't able to sell them. So at the end of the quarter, companies were complaining that they had too much inventory and they needed to mark stuff down. And that led to some expectations, well, maybe inflation is peaking. I see no evidence that inflation is peaking right now. We are at 40-year highs. However, we did see oil prices come off of the highs of the year in the month of July. So maybe in July we get a better, more manageable consumer price index than the current 9.1% that we have right now. There is
Nope. Ain't gonna be better or anything. All right, Shalom, first and foremost, as always, let it give all praise, honor, glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to 2 elders to Har, and the rest of the elders that are fairly pushing this truth. And as always, peace and blessings unto the elect. All right, so as you can see, America is officially in a recession, right? And just to say something about job growth, it was strong. No, it's not. There are a bunch of people. Unemployment is like through the roof right now. All right, contrary to popular belief, man, if you try to hop on that unemployment line, man, you ain't gonna make it through on there. All right, it pops up as user busy and kick you right off. So you have a lot of people right now that's trying to get unemployment. So what they're saying is a lie about that. All right, because there's a lot of people that are unemployed at this very moment. But America is officially in a recession. And I want to play this too, because what this video also is saying that, customers are coming out like damn near like $500 more at the grocery stores. So, it's really up. It's really up, and it's stuck right now.
Release of a crucial economic report from the Commerce Department. This as the Federal Reserve raised interest rates. Our chief economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is tracking it all. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Michael. And that critical report, the nation's GDP showing that for a second quarter in a row, economic activity in the United States declined. That is what some would call a recession, and it follows on the heels of the 4th interest rate hike so far this year.
This morning, as Americans brace for a possible recession, the Fed, determined to fight historic inflation, raising interest rates by another 0.75 percentage point, the 4th rate hike this year.
My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship, especially on those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation.
Rising prices costing families an extra $493 a month. With the soaring cost of housing,
See that? $493 a month. That's damn near $500.
hitting many especially hard.
This has been very stressful overall because everything's going up, but my paycheck is not going up.
Asia Mabry, a public school employee and single mom in Louisville, Kentucky, forced to downsize when her rent rose more than $350 last month to $1,229.
I am now in a 1-bedroom and I am paying more than I was with the 2-bedroom.
While there's hope the Fed's moves will eventually bring prices down, they also mean the cost to borrow money is going up. Take, for example, the mortgage on the average $416,000 home in America. Assuming you put 20% down, earlier this year, it would have cost you about $1,700 a month to own. But at today's 30-year fixed rates, that same house will cost you more than $2,300 a month.
Because of home price appreciation and because of rising mortgage rates, the average monthly payment on a mortgage has risen 40% since the start of this year.
According to the Commerce Department, GDP shrank 0.9% in the second quarter. That makes it 2 back-to-back quarters of economic activity declining here in the United States. And that is considered here on Wall Street a strong signal that we either are in recession or will be soon. The National Bureau of Economic Research, the nonpartisan nonprofit which officially defines recessions, takes a look at these things through a slightly broader spectrum. They see a recession as a significant decline in economic activity spread out throughout the economy and lasting several months. And while we may not officially be in a recession at this moment in time, there are signs that things are hurting for Americans. It can still be painful even if we're not technically in a recession, and that pain starts with inflation, and it is the thing the Federal Reserve is trying so hard to tackle here, Robin.
Yes, it still feels.
All right, well, beautiful. Well, this came out, I know this came out today, but literally just a few minutes ago, it came out that we are officially in a recession. See, ladies and gentlemen, we're officially in a recession. Which, man, America was in a recession before they came out and said this shit. See, look at this, man. Everybody just knows. Yep. So, America and Americans are experiencing great woes right now, and that's according to biblical prophecy. And this is all for the downfall of America. This is all for the nation of Israel to rise up in a power seat. This is 2 Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." That's right. And walking around paying an additional $493 at the markets. All right, paying over $1,000 for a 1-bedroom, although you was paying for a 2-bedroom at a cheaper price. Man, that is great miseries, and it's being done to all these people in the world, specifically America. The Heavenly Father is targeting America. Why? Because this is the main nation that enslaved us, pursuant to Baruch, the 4th chapter. This is Baruch chapter 4. Start at like 34. Well, Baruch chapter 4 and verse 31. It says, Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. It says, miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is seed that received thy sons. And America is in a very miserable state right now. Man, I can't wait to go to the highways and byways and just laugh at these people. Verse 33, for as she has rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. That's right. And this desolation is starting right now. Ultimately, it's going to be through the nuclear destruction. Right? But that desolation is starting right now. And man, bro, I can just imagine how the weekend, how next week is going to look man, it might be straight up mayhem next week, right? Because you already know, since the U.S. is officially in a recession, all these people are gonna bug out, right? Man, the prices on shit is just gonna escalate even higher, right? Hey, next time you go to the market, man, really pay attention to the prices on these different products. And man, it's gonna spike up. And these people are going to be in a real miserable state, and crime is going to be at an all-time high. Man, this is beautiful, man. This is what we've been waiting for. You know, I know the brother Shumgar, man, he's been talking about this for weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I know that brother's happy. All right, and we should too. This is Surrock 25:7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue." It says, "A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." That's right. And we're living to see the fall of our enemy, right? Because when you actually go into it, let me see. I said I was going to do a lesson on it. I should have this thing somewhere. When you actually go into it, the Roman Empire, how they fell. What's this it? How they fell. They fell by way of Salaki, y'all. The Roman Empire fell by way of inflation, lack of morals, and other different things as well. Man, I could have sworn I saved that article. Every time I think I saved that article, it's not here. Let me see. Let me see if I can look it up. Let me see. Signs of the decline of ancient Rome. Let's see if it pops up. It was a great article. It was a great article. Let's see. And this is how you prove that this is ancient Rome as well. All right, because just like how, all right, here we go. Boom. Boom. Beautiful. This isn't the exact article, but it's basically saying the same thing, right? So, fall of the Roman Empire, right? It says there were several reasons for the fall of the Roman Empire, each one interweaved with each other. Many even blamed the initiation of Christianity for the decline. Christianity made many Roman citizens into pacifists, making it more difficult to defend against the barbarian attackers. Also, money used to build churches could have been used to maintain the Roman Empire. Salakia. So you see, and I've been referenced this. I've been talking about this like damn near all week. Decline in morals and values. All right, public health, political corruption. But here I want to highlight unemployment and inflation, and I may want to touch on military spending as well. So we're gonna touch on unemployment, because that is an issue over here in America. So you see all the reasons why the Roman Empire fell is intertwined, is cohesive with the decline of America. That's what we see over here in America. Why? Because this is Rome 2.0. There's nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. You see, there's nothing new under the sun. All right. And what happened during the time? And this is really the decline of the western half of the Roman Empire. And what happened when the western half of the Roman Empire fell? Jake came up in the power seat. And that's what we're about to experience right now. All right, Esau is about to fall and Jake is about to erect up into power. So unemployment is during the latter years of the empire, farming was done on large estates called latifundia that were owned by wealthy men who used slave labor. A farmer who had to pay workmen could not produce goods as cheaply. Many farmers could not compete with these low prices and lost or sold their farms. Hey, and that's what you have a lot of these farmers are doing right now. All right, they gotta sell their cattle. This not only undermined the citizen farmer who passed his values to his family, but also filled the cities with unemployed people. At one time, the emperor was importing grain to feed more than 100,000 people in Rome alone. These people were not only a burden, but also had little to do but caused trouble and contribute to an ever-increasing crime rate. You see that? And why? And that's because of the lack of jobs, okay, and high prices on, and also high prices on stuff. And that's what's going on over here in America, right? Inflation. It says the Roman economy suffered from inflation, which is an increase in prices, beginning after the reign of Marcus Aurelius. Once the Romans stopped conquering new lands, the flow of gold into the Roman economy decreased. Yet much gold was being spent by the Romans to pay for luxury items. This meant that there was less gold to use in coins. As the amount of gold used in coins decreased, the coins became less valuable. Like now, right? These quarters, these nickels, these dimes, man, it ain't pure silver. It's mixed in with other low metals, inferior metals, right? It says to make up for the loss in value, merchants raised the prices on the goods they sold. Many people stopped using coins and began to barter to get what they needed. And that's what's going to be happening soon. Eventually, salaries had to be paid in food and clothing, and taxes were collected in fruits and vegetables. You see that? So they were experiencing a huge decline. Just like how America is experiencing a huge decline, right? And ain't gonna be no jobs for these people to work, right? Barely gonna be any food for these people to get. It's just gonna be all out hell. You're gonna have more people that are gonna be homeless because obviously these people can't keep up with the prices on their rent. This is Isaiah, the 19th chapter, verse 14. It says, Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. That's right. There's a perverse spirit in Egypt, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. That's right. Egypt is erring in every work. And can't nothing go right over here in America. They thought it was going to be high hopes for America, but no, this place it can't be healed. It is badly, severely wounded. This is Nahum, the 3rd chapter, and verse 19. It says, there is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee. For upon whom have not thy wickedness passed continually. You see that? So there's no healing. There's no healing of America bruises, right? That Build Back Better plan. You see that shit ain't work. None of those things that Joe Biden introduced, those packages that he introduced, it didn't work. Why? Because there's no healing of America. This place is severely wounded. Jeremiah 51 and verse 8, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. That's right. What is balm? Balm is an ointment that you will use over a wound to heal yourself, right? Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. See that? We would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. She can't be healed, right? Just like a hoe. A hoe can't be saved. You can't save a hoe. And America is likened into a whore, right? Man, you can't save this hoe. It says, forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up to the skies. See that? So ultimately, it's because the Heavenly Father is making America ready for judgment. He's about to throw down America and put up another. Psalm 75. This is the book of Psalm 75 and verse 6. It says, I'm going to start verse 5. It says, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. And that's what America has been doing for these past years. All right, lifting up their horn on high and speaking with a stiff neck. Right, saying, I shall not see no sorrow, pursuant to Isaiah 47. It says, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Heavenly Father is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. That's right. And that's what we're in the process of doing. All right. The Heavenly Father is in the process of putting down one and setting up another, which, pursuing the 2 Ezra 6 and 9, the one that he's about to put down is Esau, and he's about to set up Jacob. Verse 8, for in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. That's right. And Esau is drinking up that cup of fury, that cup of wrath, that cup of indignation that's coming from the Heavenly Father. That's why America is experiencing much woes. Hey, look at this. We are screwed. Yeah, you people are screwed. All right. Hey, man. It's time to celebrate this weekend. Y'all right, the Biden-Harris recession. Who voted for this? This is not their fault. Laugh out loud, man. You're an idiot. So have we sent $40 billion to Ukraine yet for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th? Oh man, bro, these people are hot, man. Hey, bro, this is beautiful, man. Seeing America, seeing these people, these people are sick, bro. These people are in great distress. All right, but Yahweh Tazah, I'm gonna end off on there. Yahweh Tazah, you few brothers and sisters were edified. Till next time, I say shalom.